Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. It's Friday. It is Friday, y'all. This is our new weekly thing that we are doing. We are doing for the summertime, hot coin summer. Forget some hot girl summer. I want to be able to talk with my girls about coins and getting them coins and making that money, shmoney. All right, y'all. So good morning. My name is Pam Peebles. I am one of your hosts for Crypto and Coffee, and I have my beautiful sisters here with me. I have Frances Rodriguez and Marilyn Turner. Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all doing on Friday? Friday.
I'm doing great.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
feeling
know it was
good.
Friday.
That's what happens when you're unemployable. You don't know what Fridays are. Every day is a Friday.
Right?
I'm feeling good. I got a workout in. I feel like that helped me tame my brain for these kids. Anybody that has small kids, y'all understand. Marilyn, what about you? Oh yeah, you said you didn't even know it was Friday.
I didn't even know it was Friday.
See, that's the kind of life.
Because my husband said I have an appointment today. I remember the appointment, but didn't quite remember it. And I was like, oh, it's today. It's Friday.
Love it.
I tell you what, when you don't have any place to show up to, not in a bad way, but life is good. I have a hard time sometimes even keeping up with the months. Like, what month is this? But then when it heats up, or I'm back in the States now, when I was in Mexico, I tell you what, I had no clue what day it was frequently. I mean, frequently, because it was warm all the time. So we didn't go through seasons. And, you know, you just kind of chilling by the pool on the beach every day. You're trying to figure out, not really your life, because that was life, but you're trying to figure out, okay, do I have somewhere to be somewhere? You mean I got to put on clothes? I hadn't put on real shoes. I gave away all my real shoes when I came back to the States. I was like, ooh. I came in the winter. I was like, ooh, I'm so glad I kept them Uggs. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I said that one little pair of Uggs took me through.
Yeah.
So ladies, we are going to talk about today, since we started our Monday through Friday sessions, Friday is now officially Queen Day, where we're going to talk about the favorites we each have, why we love them, and why maybe other people should love them too. If you guys missed us yesterday, we're in the process of fully automating our website and our YouTube channel. So if you missed our session yesterday, check this weekend, look for us at Crypto Coaching for Women on YouTube, and you will be able to follow our shenanigans. And most importantly, you'll be able to catch our sessions for this week. Every single session that we've had will be on our YouTube channel this weekend, and you'll be able to catch all of them. Yesterday was particularly a good one because we talked about the difference between meme coins and if they're real, if the money's real, and if you should check them out. And we had two different perspectives, so you're going to learn a lot from that session. So make sure you check us out. So ladies, Frances, I know you chomping at the bits.
Man, so I guess we'll go ahead and start sharing some of our favorite coins and why. Man, too bad we can't keep y'all on here for 3 hours, because we really could. One thing I will say is diversification is key. I'm never that person that's going to put like all my money in one project. And we talked about this yesterday too, when we talked about meme coins. But I have a couple of top favorite. One is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really one of my favorite projects. And I think it's because of all the solutions. I'm really into what is this coin good for? What is it doing? Because that is really going to give you an idea of, is it going to be around, right? Bitcoin is not going anywhere. It's actually coded as a currency. Hence why Latin American countries are getting ready to adopt it as their main legal tender, right? Like their money. So there's my toddler, but I love Bitcoin because, man, it's easily going to 250,000. I'll leave it at that. Like, if you pull up a chart and you really see, like right now, this $30-something thousand price was expected. So I really love Bitcoin. And if you guys have been watching a couple of these shows already, you'll know the power of it just from Pam's story. And I hate to keep bringing it up, Pam, I'm sorry, girl, but that is one of the main reasons why you're not too late when it comes to Bitcoin and really any other crypto, but it is time sensitive. So that has to be one of my top, is Bitcoin. And then my second is definitely Ethereum. And I'll probably hand it over to one of you to talk about if ETH is one of yours too. But Ethereum's one of my favorite because it is a tech project, like bringing real solutions to the tech world and a lot of innovation. Ethereum's awesome because 85% of all other cryptos run off of its same network. So that tells me as an investor, ooh, this is an amazing place to put money. But also as an investor who can read charts now, if you put a Bitcoin chart and an Ethereum chart side by side, it is literally following a similar projection, except for Ethereum's growing a lot faster than anyone anticipated. So I remember when I started buying Ethereum, it was around like the $690 range back in like December-ish. And I mean, we're up to like what, a 2,300 roughly dollar coin. So think about it. If you bought 5 of those and each one of those coins, you bought it at, let's round it, 700. I mean, you've more than 3 times your investment. So Ethereum's really powerful. I don't know, Pam, Marilyn, if y'all want to share anything about Ethereum, because it is one, it's a common favorite because of its power.
Yeah. Well, I would have to say that my favorite coins would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, simply because they make me the most money. I mean, that's obvious, but if I had to pick my favorite meme coin, it would be, for some reason, SHIB. I've just been fascinated with SHIB lately. Doge is one of them, but SHIB, it amazes me how it actually came into creation. Just Elon Musk texting or tweeting that he wanted to buy SHIB. They got a hold of the market and it was up 300%, just that fast off of a tweet. And so I try to pay attention to what's going on in the market and try to get in as quick as I can and buy as many shares as I can, as low as they are. But right now, I need to pick a favorite. It would have to be Bitcoin because it's coded as a currency right now, but I'm actually loving all the coins and I'm doing more and more. I'm getting more educated in the field, and I want to know, why is Doge a good coin? Why is SHIB a good coin? Why is SafeMoon a good coin, or Hodge Finance? So I'm really looking under the hood and see what's going on with these coins, and particularly where they can take me, the world, my portfolio.
Well, I'm going to jump in real quick and talk a little bit about my favorite coin. I have a few, but my most favorite right now has to be Litecoin.
Yeah.
That's one of my most favorite for a few reasons. The biggest reason is because I own a whole lot of them. And that means that down the road I'll make a whole lot of money. So that's one of my reasons. And then also Litecoin has so many purposes. There are a few coins that are have dual purposes or many purposes, but let's talk a little bit about Litecoin. Litecoin, I think, came around to pick up some of the slack of Bitcoin, and it has so much potential for handling and processing transactions. And the reason why I think it has the potential to go far is because it's still in its infancy. It's still in its infancy as far as development. It's still in its infancy as far as price is concerned. It has so many purposes, Litecoin does. So I like it because I think individuals and businesses can both use this coin in the sense that it could be expanded upon for transactions, and then even for smaller transactions, people would be able to use them for transferring. I know that it's one of the ones that's least talked about when it comes to Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those are most popular to people, and I think a lot of folks are sleeping on Litecoin. So it had been on my radar for a while. And then one of our mentors mentioned to grab 10 of them because the price had dropped down significantly. And I started back looking at it and was like, you know what? We need to go ahead and load up on Litecoin. There's something that fascinates me about it. I'm going to jump in before I turn it back over to you ladies and talk about my second favorite coin. My second favorite coin, of course, you know, I love Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's just like a given. But I love Cardano. Either you ladies love Cardano. That's like one of my, Cardano has been Bay. I mean, lately, you know, Bay has been on vacation, which is okay. Everybody needs to take a little break. But Cardano, I'm telling you, listen, y'all sleep on some of these coins. Some of them, this is one not to sleep on. That's Cardano. And I don't know how many I own of them, but I bought quite a bit a while back when it was super, super duper low. And I'm looking to see if I need to buy more. But Cardano, it has so many purposes. You know, it's supposed to be a coin that corporations will be able to come in and use for the infrastructures. I know that this was also created to take some of the pressure off of Bitcoin as far as processing, payment processing, a lot of different things, but it's already being used right now. It's already being used. And I would suspect that Cardano is going to shoot up over the next 3 to 5 years. This is one that if you don't have it in your portfolio, you need to put it in your portfolio because it's got so many different world problems that it resolves. And then it's a sleeping giant. You know, what about you ladies? Do you own, I know y'all do, but you know, just for the giggles.
Oh, yes, Cardano, ADA, y'all. If you don't own any, you need to go buy some. And it's crazy because one of our mentors, y'all, he called out Cardano as a project that we should really be looking at, explained why. Like Pam said, it has so many uses. It's going to innovate the retail sector. It's going to innovate education. Cardano has a lot of use cases. Like on their website, if you guys go to Cardano, can you guys see me? I feel like I went out for a second. Yes, Marie, low fees. Like Cardano is so robust in its use. Like you can go to cardano.org and there's a section that you click and it says like use case and it'll bring up all the stuff that it's helping. Like a lot of these cryptos bring real world solutions. So when we look at Cardano, y'all, when they called it out for us, I bought Cardano at 14 cents. Woo. Cardano is sitting at, let me not even lie to y'all, I'm gonna pull it up. CoinGecko is a really good research site. Let me pull this up because I got it on my favorites. It's sitting at $1.53, you guys. To buy something at 14 cents and for it to be $1.53, if I put $1,000 in there, like that's more than 8 times an investment. That's insane. $1.72. Yes. So listen, it's crazy. So just by taking you guys sometimes the right direction, because the truth is, even if, let's say, even if all you did when it was, let's round it, 15 cents, and you bought a couple, right? You bought $20 worth. Do you understand where your $20 would be right now that this project is over $1.50? Like, that's crazy to me. But I love me some ADA for real.
Yeah, I'm like slightly jelly that you got in so low because
man, I only got in because they told me. I saw it in the app and I was like, what is this project? And then all of a sudden he went live about it. And I was like, oh, thank the heavens I bought this before I even knew why.
And you know what? That's a great time to kind of share why we're here, y'all. We are here because we are all 3 of us are part of this amazing community where they basically have taught us how to become wealthy. You know, I would love to say it was something more than, you know, less than that, but realistically, we are all part of a community, an academy that we go to that teaches us how to find these coins, when to buy them, what price to get in at. We have apps that show us this information. So if you're lazy and you don't want to research or you're not geeky like Francis or me or Marilyn, you can just jump in and just start buying day one. That's what I did. I learned and immediately went out and start buying. So as kind of like my commercial. But Marilyn, let's talk a little bit about your love story with ADA, because I know one day I posted that ADA was bae, and you was like, yes.
Honestly, I mean, you gave him 50% of the one of the reasons why I love ADA, and then Frances just came in there and she gave him everything else. I mean, so on ADA, I would have to say ditto to everything that you guys said. Other than it makes me money. I love ADA, but one coin that I've been following lately is Loopring, and I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, Loopring. I got Loopring at, I think it was about 20 something cents when I caught it. And I've been researching Loopring now, you know, because I like to know what I'm holding in my portfolio. And they're saying easily Loopring could go to $3 to $5 within the next couple of months, if that long. So, and it's also a good investment for profitability in the long term. So there's a lot of good information out there about Loopring, and that's why it's quickly becoming one of my new bays, because I have a bunch of bays. I'm a coin pimp, y'all.
I was gonna say,
you're gonna be
out here in these streets cheating.
You're a coin connoisseur.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. That's classy.
Yeah,
that's classy. That was my ratchet coming out. Sometimes these coins make me feel like a boss, and I'd be like,
it made me start singing a song. I'm a savage with
make
these
my
coins.
money.
Y'all already
Tell
know.
your portfolio, go make my money.
Listen, I be over here listening to Bitcoin Mommy, and my husband be like, really? Really?
Yep.
I swear. Listen, when that song comes on, it just makes me feel like I need to go in my wallet and like somehow make them tangible and throw them in the air. Like,
that's what I was getting ready to say. You know how they used to make those videos where they would show people with the money up in the air. I'm like, you can't do that with coins.
yes.
On there with my phone and be like, yeah,
man,
it is powerful. We'll swipe. That's gonna be our
swipe, yeah.
Yes. And okay, I gotta talk about one more project. Polka dot. We're my polka dot fans. Polka dot? Ridiculous. This is another project. I think when I bought it around $7, y'all. Polka dot is at like over $22 now. It's crazy. And just to think, like, I didn't know what, I'm like, what is a polka dot? But you called it, so I'm going with it because you've never failed me yet. And then to actually, again, like Pam said, you don't even have to be geeky about some of this stuff. Like, just to know that someone, I always tell people, pay attention to who you take advice from, because you only want to take advice from the people you'd be willing to switch lifestyles with. So, you know, when I look at this man who is a guru, like the way he can break down the space of cryptocurrency, even if I didn't get geeky like him, I understood, man, if I needed to learn, I still want to be like him in the way he can interpret it. So that part, coupled with the fact that, you know, this man is ridiculously like successful, documentation beats conversation, but he's like on paper, one of the best. And so for him to just say, hey guys, I dropped some calls in the app, you know, go check them out. Here's where you can go look if you're interested in really. And for me, it was like, ooh, okay. As an investor, even though I don't want to get geeky, I do want to know where I'm putting my money sometimes. So let me go check real quick. And it's literally a 5-minute walkthrough of, oh my gosh, this is like really changing the game. Like, it's going to change economic transactions. Like, I think about the banking world and I'm like, y'all ain't going to have no choice. I'm going to sit back and love this. All these Latin American countries getting it together. I'm just like, I mean, the innovation is crazy to me. And, you know, maybe you're on here and you're just like, I can't keep up technology. Well, here's the thing. Technology does not care about how we feel. Technology is going to do its thing. So we have to decide, am I going to learn this world, or am I going to be forced into something I don't understand and miss some time sensitive stuff? Because again, you're not late. So if you're watching this right now, it's for a reason. But we've got to pay attention to wealth indicators, right? You know, money has to change about every 100 years. But right now we're really like in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer you'll ever see. And so with that being said, you have to decide, I don't want to be that person that, 10 years ago, the person that bought a couple $100 in Bitcoin that's sitting on millions right now. You don't want to say that 10 years from now when Bitcoin is $1 million coin. because it's being adopted by, I mean, countries to use as their dominant money. And so when we pay attention to things like that, it's kind of like, oh, well, shoot, I didn't want to learn this, but I'm about to learn it because I know what that means in terms of indicators, right? So yeah, let me know how y'all feeling about Polkadot, because Polkadot has treated mama so good.
I tell you, go ahead, Marilyn.
I just want to ask y'all, because I've been having these conversations with friends on lunch dates or whatever, and we just go into crypto, and I just say, girl, are you buying crypto? And they'll go, oh yeah, I'm buying crypto. I have some from Disney, and I have some from Coca-Cola, and I have some from whatever. And I just go, those are not crypto, those are stocks. I buy all mine on a certain platform. It lets me know that, or if I were in their shoes, I wouldn't be ashamed to say that I really don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Education. And so that's basically how I go about trying to start the conversation with some people, just to see where they are in the space. And I let them know that you can always get with me if you have any questions about it, so it makes me feel like a real life geek, when I can say, no, those are different than what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things that I'm starting to see a whole lot is that women in this space, women are lacking the knowledge. And I'm gonna, okay, y'all know I can go in when I start a conversation. So if I go too far, I just pull me in, because I'm about to go in and get on my soapbox.
Run with the mic.
Go ahead.
Run with the
time.
Here's what I'm starting to see a lot of, and this is just my point of view. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm also not going to say that I'm wrong, but I'm starting to see that a lot of women, we are afraid of asking for help. We are afraid to say that we're ignorant in this field, that we don't know about this. We're afraid to say we don't have the financial resources. We're in this space where I posted this yesterday. I don't want to just pretend like I'm winning. I want to win. And I know a lot of women, not just women, but men too, but we're talking about women here, will try and pretend like they got it all. They'll have a $700,000-$800,000 car note. They'll be carrying a $600 or $700 or $1,000 bag and have $200 in their bank account. Come on, y'all. And it's because we want to appear to be wealthy. Wealth doesn't come from having stuff. It's just stuff. And it really has no value, especially when you're talking about some of these cheap, I'm not even going to say it because somebody on here might have one or watching the video and they like, my bag ain't cheap. It is. Some people get so caught up in materialistic things and they have no wealth. They can't take off even for a week because they can't afford to. They can't not show up at their job because they would be homeless. And so when I'm introducing the conversation of money and wealth to people, it's not surprising, but it's sad that women are not as open to having this conversation because we don't want to appear to not have. We want to give this fake appearance. When we came on the other day, Francis and I, and we was like, you know what, F it. I ain't combing my hair. I'm not getting ready to put on a whole bunch of makeup, because the reality is that this is a wealth conversation. This is not a beauty pageant. We're not trying to date or hook up with y'all. We're trying to hook y'all with some knowledge. And I think a lot of people are not willing to come to the table and receive it because they just don't want you to know how bad of a financial situation they're in. And so I'm saying all that to say that when you come to these sessions, if there's anybody that you know and love, bless them, invite them, because sometimes it's just about opening the door to a conversation that people may not be having around them. You will be surprised to know how many of your friends don't even know they can buy cryptocurrency. I remember somebody trying to school me the other day and sent me a message talking about, you wrong about Robinhood. I said, well, go on and put your money in Robinhood, honey. Do you, boo. If that's what you feel comfortable doing, you keep all your money over there. I tell you what, I wouldn't have a nickel up in Robinhood, but that's just me. But see, I'm learning from people who are making million-dollar moves, not just trying to look like a millionaire. I'm talking about people that's
Right.
like, what, I'm comfortable in my skin. I'll step out and meet in a heartbeat. And I don't care what you think, because at the end of the day, freedom comes from being able to do what you want whenever you want. It doesn't come from you having a whole bunch of crap. So I don't know why I felt led to say that, but ladies, men, if you're here, bring people to this show that you love. I say bring somebody to the party with you, because financial education goes beyond your personal knowledge. It goes to educating other people. And if they don't seem open and receptive to it, say, listen, just get on and see for yourself. Because a lot of times they don't have anyone around them having these conversations. They don't have people around them who even know what an investment portfolio is. The fact that somebody thought that Disney was a cryptocurrency shows you the ignorance. It's like ignorant and blind leaving the dumb and the stupid. You know, it's like they really do. And they're giving information out. So when I start seeing people preach about buying a $2 stock and making 15 cents on it, I'm sitting here saying to myself, okay, let me go ahead and school this person. And if they're not open, then I said, let me disconnect from this person.
Yeah.
You gotta just be mindful when we're having these wealth conversations. Plug in yourself, but plug in the people that you love, because they may not have nobody else in their life other than you telling them to get their ish together.
Yes. And Pam, like, just to elaborate, because I get so much pushback about other platforms. And the truth is, I don't make money for telling you which one to use and not to use. So honestly, it's not like, oh no, don't use that because I need you to use the platforms, just the ones that I tell you. You don't have to believe me. Go look these platforms up. And like, we don't have a partnership with anyone but the Academy, which is an educational tool. And we make our solid investments. We see the results, but let's talk about those platforms real quick, because I know we're here about the coins, but if you're not buying coins from the right place, you ain't got no coins. No keys, no coins, period. That's the rule. But let's talk about why, because maybe you're on here like, and maybe like Pam said, you just don't know any better. No one's having this conversation with you. My heart goes out to you. Come here and plug in to people that are having the conversation, and you do what you want with the information. But Robinhood, Webull, PayPal, and Acorn are no-nos. And it's not because, oh my God, we're anti those platforms. No. They serve a different purpose. They don't serve a cryptocurrency purpose. Why? You do not have the ability to transfer cryptocurrency out of those apps. And the reason is they cannot give you something they do not own. Okay. And when we talk about the world of cryptocurrency, the biggest thing you need to learn is ownership. I want to own my wealth, right? I want to have access to it 24/7. So when we talk about why not those platforms, it's not that we're anti anything. Look, I'm not anti anything that's going to make me legal money. But the truth is, there's levels to the world of crypto. And so when we talk about why not Robinhood, I'm not like, the fact that you're on that platform lets me know you're curious. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. However, I don't want to see you put yourself in a position where you throw $5,000 when a cryptocurrency hits a low price and you really miss a real wealth move. That's what this is about. I don't care what you're doing personally like that, but I care that you missed an opportunity to position your family better because you weren't coachable. And I just mean coachable from the perspective of go look up why that platform is not a good idea. If you purchase crypto there, you do not own anything. And in the world of crypto, no ownership, no crypto. Like it's that simple. No keys, no private keys to protect it. It's not yours. But more importantly, they cannot give you something they don't have. So that's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do it. Y'all tell me if I'm doing too much, but there's certain platforms, and this is really because this is one of the crypto is one of the spaces where we can all win. I want to see you surpass my portfolio, sis. You got 10,000 to play with. Let me show you what I've been doing, and you can maximize that 10,000 for real. So this is a space where we don't listen. Some women can get so catty. If catty is what you do, this probably ain't the place for you. Cause look, we over here like, what you buying today, girl? Did you see that call? Like, That's what we do here. When one of us eats, everyone should eat. If one of us heard about a coin first, we in the chat like, hey, yo, you better buy this, right? And I get so excited because for once in my life, everyone wants to see me win. Everyone wants to see Pam win, Marilyn, anyone else that gets on here. We want to see you win. So the reason I say be mindful of where you're buying stuff is because I don't want you to miss a big move, you guys. So there's some platforms out here promising people like, hey, if you refer 500 people or if you refer 30 people, you're going to accumulate all this Ethereum. Okay. I'm gonna have to take you here for a second because there was a platform who was doing something similar. Hey, just refer a bunch of people to us because this is peer-to-peer and you're going to accumulate all this crypto. And then when they go to move it, they can't. Well, I wonder why. You ain't never really purchased the crypto. You referred someone to their platform and they took advantage of your ignorance. That's what it really is. So I just don't want you to be taken advantage of from the perspective of you just really don't understand it. Get around people that took the time to understand it so that you can say, okay, shoot, I'm not ashamed to say I don't know, but dang, I want to learn. Because the worst thing to see, and it's sad because people are taking advantage of other people's vulnerability, knowing that they don't know better. And that's really the part that kind of pisses me off, if I got to be honest. That's the part that makes me upset because why would you position someone? And a lot of times it's people that have very little savings that are counting on you to give them good, not advice, but good direction. Like, can we give good direction to people when we know there's real money moves? Don't position someone to put themselves in a worse position than they might already be in just because they counted on some decent counsel. Don't do that to people. So that's my little soapbox about the whole no PayPal, no Webull, no Acorn, no Robinhood. Not because we care, y'all. We don't have partnerships with Coinbase or Celsius, nowhere, but they are reputable and highly regulated. So they can give you something they own, which is crypto. Those platforms, it's a no. So I'm done. Marilyn, anything you want to add, Pam?
Not really, not a whole lot, but just to kind of piggyback on Pam, it is sad to see that when you're genuinely trying to help somebody, that they just don't want the help, and they show you, you know, just by being ignorant and not wanting to accept the information, but then they kind of ask you those sideline questions just to see where they are and if they're right about what you're saying. And then the other thing is for somebody to come back and say, well, I don't even understand how they can even regulate something like Bitcoin or whatever. And I'm like, it's already done. So you're telling me that you're set. Stock is a good investment, but you're not going to get rich buying stock. Stocks move very, very slow, and you may $100, you know, if it moves in the right direction within the next 5 years. And that's it. But to just, it's heartbreaking to me because of how deep I am in crypto now and how much I know about it, to know that when I hear you say certain words or you classify something as crypto that's not, is very saddening, and then you don't want my help. And you're in a space where you really genuinely want to help somebody, but they just don't want it. They show you with ignorance.
Well, and then the other thing that people got to remember, and I think Pam mentioned this the other day, I'll let her take it away, but you got to remember, like, stocks are only $1 billion industry. And we're talking about your gains go according to a company's performance. Companies are not performing right now. Side note. So Pam, I'll let you take it away.
Well, that's exactly what it is. The companies are not. And the fact that you can come in and let's just say you're new here, let's just say that you're watching our YouTube channel or you're seeing us on Facebook for the first time. If you do not have a community of positive people, male, female, dog, cat, don't matter. If you don't have positive people, because my dogs depend on crypto now because they like that high-end dog food. So we all over here. We was buying dog food yesterday. I was like, shoot, we need to buy some more coins. These little pedigree dogs expensive. They won't eat that cheap stuff. They don't want their stuff from Walmart. They want their stuff from Petco.
Pam, I can see you getting your next dog and naming him or her Shib or crypto.
That's funny. One of the chairman's dog's name is Crypto, for real.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah.
I'm open to it all. But reality is if you're not involved in a community of people who are lifting you up, starting next week, Monday, we'll announce it then because it's still in the works. But we're going to work on some different things, or we're going to be announcing some different things that's going to bring more people into the fold, because I really think for me, it's a personal mission now. After talking to a couple people over the last week, I said, you know what, it's not just a fun conversation. It's not just our little community and this academy and helping people grow portfolios. It's a necessity because there's so many people who are lacking this information, especially women. I've been a coach for 20 something years, and my passion has always been helping women elevate their lives, get to the next stage in their lives. And I've done a lot of different things to help them, but I honestly feel like everything I've done in my life has prepared me for this moment right here. And we got to reach more people. We got to reach more women, and especially more women of color, because I am definitely, I can tell you, even though you see 3 women of color here, we are not the norm. This is not the norm. It is not normal to have $1 million conversation on cryptocurrency with women of color. And so for me, it's a personal mission. And I'm hoping that some of you guys that are on here, especially the women, will make it your mission too, to bring more women into the fold. And to have conversations that, you know what, you only have to have $100 to get started. I can tell you, I know women who blow $100 going to get their hair done. Clearly, I'm not one of them, but they'll go blow $100 going to get their hair done. Or when I was in Mexico, I used to be able to get my nails done for nothing. I came back here and I was like, y'all want $65 for what? For a gel manicure? Y'all have lost y'all ever-loving mind. But my point I'm making is that $65, and as you can see, these nails have not been done, will not be done, because in my head, I can go get me about 1,000 shares or something. Listen, it's all in how you think of things, and I think that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do not get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with doing both. But I think the problem is that most of us are not doing the one that matters, and that's setting ourselves up financially. Realistically, I joke about it, but I can go get a manicure and pedicure anytime I want to. But I choose not to, because that money, I'm literally looking at some of these coins going, I got to get more. And the thought of going to waste $100 for me, I got to find me a new place. But I was like, they have lost their mind. But it's that we're not having those conversations that, do some small sacrifices right now so that you can benefit later. Make some sacrifices in your life right now so that you can benefit a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Do you know that right now I am literally still benefiting and profiting off of work that I did 7-8 years ago? That's what residual income does for y'all. And I'm going to stay on this soapbox for a couple more minutes, but let's talk a little bit about the business, because this seems to be so taboo to people. Is it network marketing? Yeah, it is. Let's just go ahead and get that out. It's $200 a month for an opportunity to not only be educated, but be educated by some of the best and most brilliant minds in the cryptocurrency world. Y'all don't get this. The fact that I can just pick up my phone and I ain't gotta worry about looking at charts if I don't want to. And I have one of the best educators in crypto in the game saying, buy this. And all I gotta do is say, okay, and put my $10 over there, or take my manicure money and put it over there. Y'all, you have no idea what type of peace of mind that is. And
Pam, I just want to interrupt you right there and just kind of piggyback on what you said. Coming into the space, I knew nothing about it, but I was making money because people were throwing me those crumbs. So that is,
and they're not crumbs.
Well, throwing you leads. What I'm saying,
they're saying big chickens.
Exactly. You can go into a chat at any time without knowing anything and start making money, because they're saying, okay, put this in your portfolio, and you just got to do what they say. That's how easy it is. Without even knowing what you're doing, you're making money.
That's it. And that would be Jasmine, best place for you to go is get back in touch with the person who put you on this session and tell them that you want more information. Because as far as information, yeah, you can go on YouTube, you can go pick up books, but I'm going to be honest with you, we have the best education, bar none. Bar none, we have the best education. We have the best trainers and educators. And I'm going to go a step further, and y'all just jump in and interrupt me because I done had coffee. But it's that I can do it on my time. Right now, my husband is going through radiation. He has cancer, and we're barely getting sleep. But I'm already able to. I'm always able to plug in when I can, and it's important to me to be able to have the same access that Francis has, that Marilyn has, but on my time. So I can get the same training. Maybe I don't get it live, but there's always a replay. I can always plug in. And I set my clock by the trainers because honestly, I love Kurt Cobain. He's one of the best. This dude, he's got to be in his early 30s. I don't know, but this dude,
yes,
he's sharp, 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 sharp. And when I say anything that he says, I'm taking notes. I go back and listen to his sessions 2 and 3 times. And I want to say that he has lessened my learning curve by at least 5 years, minimum 5 years. Because if he says something, I know immediately. I take notes and I go back and check on this or go back and look at this. And I would say that I am as educated. I will put my education that I have up against somebody who's been in the game for 5 or 10 years. And I know that's a bold ass statement, but it's real. And it's because I'm able to learn and dig deeper. Y'all have no clue.
I was gonna say, Pam, can I elaborate? Listen, I'm beyond passionate about this platform. Like, you really can't tell me nothing. Like, I went from corporate to stay-at-home mom, and mainly it's been crypto. But she said something that I want y'all to really understand, guys. Like, you didn't miss the boat with crypto, but this is time sensitive, okay? The opportunities alone that you're gonna get in 2021 from crypto, you may not see for 10 years because it's the positioning right now that when things take off in July, like we know they are, September is another pivotal month. I mean, so many months coming up this year alone will take you from zero to hero for real. So she said something that I want y'all to really understand. Learning curve. We shorten that learning curve. Because here's the thing, like she said, you can go find information anywhere. The problem is there's too much misinformation. And this is where I get passionate because I see the craziest things on social media, even sometimes reputable articles telling people about projects that have so much of a supply that they would never really make anything off of. Like, that's a whole different conversation. But when we talk about the learning curve, it's the fact that for me, I don't want to waste my time. I don't have the luxury to waste my time. I have a toddler who's counting on me to create something massive so that she doesn't understand what poverty is, because I was well versed in poverty. Born and raised in the Bronx, New York, nobody that looked like me was talking about things like this. So now when you get to come into a space with 24/7 live mentorship, like I'm live streaming with the best Bitcoin trader in the world, watching him make money moves live and him telling me this is an opportunity. You guys can go in and take it if you want. Sir, you are like a 10-figure trader. Are you kidding me? I'm taking it. Without even really knowing, I tell people crypto in the right place is going to make you money before it ever makes sense. But the part about the most important piece is do not waste your time. Some books about crypto that were written, you guys, by the time it gets published, it's no longer good. The market today is not the market 10 years ago. Look at Bitcoin. It went from less than $1 to breaking 60,000 recently. Yeah, it's in a minor pullback in price, y'all. It's on sale. Go get some. But the point is, there's too much misinformation. And for people who don't understand this space, which is 90% of the population, and for women, it's definitely more than 90% because only 9 of us represent investment portfolios, let alone crypto portfolios. That tells me we didn't know. I didn't know when I came to this space, and I come from financial services. So we know the average person doesn't know anything about this. So for the average person to say, and this, you know, Jasmine, I pray that this helps you, but the average person goes out and says, let me go do some research. Where are you about to go research? You don't know what you're looking for. Therefore, you come across information thinking that it's useful, And you can end up making one bad decision that'll change everything, when you could easily position yourself with the right people that can say, look, sis, this is why. And let me shorten this learning for you. In an hour, I learned something that probably would have taken me 10 hours to go find on my own. Not because I'm brilliant, but because someone who already has the 9-10 figures, they've been through the security part of crypto. They've been through this project is a piece of, you know what, they've been through this project is really about to solve some world solutions. They know how to go look up this information. Hey, there's a company launching that's been around for decades that's about to go completely tech, right? They're going to go completely tech. So in July, there's a massive move that no one else knows about that you guys can position in right now. So to have something like that where I don't have to go spend hours looking for this stuff, I wouldn't know where I'm going to look. What am I looking for? I don't know, because I don't know what I'm like. I don't have any reference. So when you get into a space like the Academy, where not only do we break down, listen, these are the basics you need to know, like must-haves, right? But then you get into a position where there's live mentorship for you 24/7, where you can say, okay, now that I've learned some of that, I had heard something about this. Is that even a good move? Like, can you break that down for me? That's what's the most valuable piece to me. I have a 2-year-old, her brother's 7. And when I saw the Academy, I was working full time, but I was also working full time with more month than money sometimes. That does not make sense after 6 years at Purdue and $70,000 in student loan debt. So I didn't have the luxury to go out and try to figure this world out. I already didn't have time. So like Pam said, it's about that learning curve, that man, I will, like she said, it's bold, but I will challenge someone to the plate now, not because I feel like I know everything. I'm forever a student. Once I become the smartest person in the room, who else is doing crypto? Y'all in the Academy, what y'all portfolios looking like so I can come hang with y'all, right? But that's the biggest piece. I don't have to wonder if what I'm getting is quality, because not only do they tell me what moves to be making in the market, but they're going to explain to me where to find this, so that I'm not on the internet 2 and 3 hours wasting my time to only get to a place where I may find information that's not even valid for the time that I need it. And so this is more about get smart with what you're doing with your wealth. For too many years, we've all wasted way too much time. And what we don't know has continued to be our biggest expense. Don't do that to yourself. That is a disservice. You deserve to be around people that can help you flatten your shorten your learning curve. Because the truth is, a lot of us didn't have some long learning curves with a whole lot of debt attached to it and no results. I know people with their master's degree. So if you don't have an education on here, don't even feel bad. You're in a better position than some people who did go get one. Because I know people with master's degrees that are dead broke. And so I just needed to share that, because I think sometimes when people see the Academy, they're like, well, why do I have to pay to learn this? Why would you not pay to learn this? Instead of going to waste your time and then end up in a position where you're losing money because you just didn't even know what you were going to look for. And so I needed to share that. And I share it with conviction, because this changed my life. I think you're on mute. Oh, there you go.
You said a mouthful when we talk about education. You know, I will put some of the folks I know up against some educated folks in a heartbeat. I'm not knocking education. Don't get me wrong. That's not my point. I'm saying that that's not the only route. And people feel like, oh, well, you know, this is internet marketing stuff. I know several people who hold master's degrees, even PhDs, and not even making $100,000 a year. And I can tell you from being back in the United States for 6 months, having lived outside of the States, you need a minimum of $100,000, period, to live here. I mean, live comfortably. And so I say all that to say this, whoever brought you here or whoever sent you here, or if you're watching this for the first time, get in touch with that person or get in touch with one of us if we sent you here or you just happen upon the video, because this information is life-changing. This information is this information is going to be something that we all need. It's not going to be an option in 3 to 5 years. If you don't learn this now, you are going to be counting your pennies literally later. And it's not a scare tactic. It's a real live scenario that's happening right now. And I want to encourage everyone that's on here to really dig a little deeper and ask yourself, is mentorship important to you? Is it important to lessen your learning curve? Because we can all do research forever. And I'm just going to tell you what I researched and what I thought I knew, I was totally wrong. I have learned so much in the last, few months of just being in this space because I had access, and access is priceless. So, ladies, unless you want to add anything else, we went over a little bit today, but we can always talk about coins, our favorite coins. I would say if you got lost in this conversation, best coins to have in your portfolio is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. We can throw some more in there, but those are the main three. If you're new on this journey and you're not ready to commit yet, go buy those. At least do yourself that favor and buy as much Bitcoin as you can. If that's $100, if it's 1,000, if it's 10,000, it's 100,000. Get you a little bit of Bitcoin because it's not going anywhere. And then commit to yourself when you walk away from this conversation that you will get educated and you will plug in with the community. If it's not ours, then someone else's. But plug in with a community of passionate people who want to make sure that you prosper. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have anything except for exactly what you said. Be committed to your wealth, because it takes a commitment, and it takes saying, yes, I know that it's something I need to learn. And I mean, I've been willing to sit and learn other things that never paid me a dime. So why wouldn't I sit and learn something that's going to radically change everything? That's it for
that part. It's been beautiful Friday.
That's all I want to say is, you guys here that are not involved in the community, look at the freebies that you get. This type of advice, that is a freebie that can make you a lot of money. Buy some Bitcoin, buy some Litecoin, buy some Ethereum. So that's what this community does for you. You can go out right now, take that advice, invest, and make money just from what you got from this show today, that type of information. And that's powerful to me. And it's near and dear to me, because I am always all ears, I'm always all eyes, because I'm seeing from the free information that I got in the beginning. And that's what started my shift back to my financial freedom. Imagine on the other side of it, like inside the VIP space where we're learning what you can do there and what you can gain from it.
It's very, and Francis just said one quick thing, it's personal, it's very personal. For me, after, and I'll share the story on Monday about a young lady that I met the other day, and her mindset, how out of whack her mindset was, and how it really, over the last couple of days, it really has been tugging at my heart. I'll just share briefly. I ran into a young lady, she was in her mid-20s, she was younger than my daughter, but ran into her. We was talking about my dog, and she told me that she was a prostitute. And she's addicted to a certain lifestyle financially. And I said, well, there's so many different things that you could do that you could make the money. And I'm not knocking anyone, sex work or anything else. That's not what this conversation is about. It was her feeling like she didn't have another option because she didn't have a family or people around her who loved her and was willing to educate her on having other options. And ever since I've had that conversation with her, it's really been tugging hard on my heart that, we need to educate these young women. We really need to educate these young women and let them know that, it's not about having a Birkin bag or having a Benz. It's about having a portfolio so that you never have to be dependent on anybody. If you're in a loving relationship and you guys share money, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being in a space where you're unable to take care of yourself and you feel like you have to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Because I flat out said to her, is this something you enjoy doing? And she said, no, but I enjoy the money and I'm addicted to the money. And so starting next week, and we haven't even finished all the details yet, but we're going to be launching a coaching club for women. We have our coaching program, but we're going to be launching a coaching club for women and helping them increase their income by at least $2,000 to $3,000 per month. And so it's newly, it ain't even out there yet. And we're going to share it on Monday. But I'm going to be honest with you, knowing that we can have impact on lives the way that we know that we can, it's a powerful platform. So I really want to encourage anyone that's considering coming to this table and partnering with us now is a great time. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to get access to these amazing women. And it's a great time to get access to this program because it doesn't matter what your background is. You could already be making six figures. Then guess what? You're gonna have 125,000 or 150,000. We just want to help you raise the bar in your life and provide you with access to the tools and resources you need. And I'm going to be honest with you, this community that we have and this education that we have, you can't beat it. You can't find anything like this anywhere else. And I tell you what, go out there and look for it and you will not find it. So, I stake my reputation on what it is that I'm doing right now. So sorry I got off track, y'all, but it's really been tearing at my heart. And I've been trying to figure out the best way. Francis and we were going to talk about this today, but surprise, we were going to save it to Monday. But it's really been wearing on me because I know that this young lady with the right guidance can make some big changes in her life. But it makes me wonder how many other women are out there like that just feel like they have nowhere to turn and they have to make these financial decisions in order to take care of their children because she has a 2-year-old that she wouldn't otherwise do. And so I'm hoping that we can provide that bridge where we can take them from where they are in their life to where they want to be in life, and provide them with the mentorship that they need. So happy Friday, ladies. Sorry to go so deep with y'all.
No, powerful. I'm glad you shared that.
Personal, Francis. I'm like, it's very
Yes.
personal. It's because it goes beyond just, what can we do for us, but it's how can we change other people's lives. And when I see young women, because I was a young mother at 16, and I know what that pressure is like of not having access to mentors who want to see you doing better and have better in life. To see somebody in that position, whether by choice or by force, because we didn't get that deep into the conversation, I know that I can help change her life. I know that having access to you would change her life, having access to Marilyn, having access to and Marie, all the women in our community would be life-changing for her. And that ripple effect of how many lives she could change.
Yeah.
Women who are in similar. So when you said it was personal, I'm saying to myself, she has no idea. This is very personal.
It's personal.
We can be that beacon and teach people how they can feed themselves, their kids, their grandkids, and they have no clue what this information is going to do, but we know. So it's our responsibility, our duty,
absolutely,
to get out there and share this information, because we're talking the difference between somebody going and working for $10 an hour and somebody being able to sit at home with their kids because they're making $50 an hour from their return on their investment. So that's it. That's all we got. Thank y'all for being with us today. Sorry to go in so deep, y'all, but you just kind of got me, Francis, and you was like, it's personal. I'm like, it is personal.
It is.
We got to do more, y'all. We got to do more. We got to touch lives. We got to help people, and we got to make an impact. And this information is how we're going to do all of that and above. So y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all on Monday for another edition of Crypto and Coffee. Thanks so much for being with us today. And thanks for listening to me ramble, y'all.
Yes. Happy weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday.
Bye, guys.